Many of you guys might remember that in one of my earlier videos I taught you guys how to create a platformer, but the code wasn't simple, as you can see right over here, and it was really hard to understand. So in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to create a platformer the simple way. It's going to be much easier to understand, and this time I'm going to be explaining everything I do in the video so that it's clear to you. Alright. So we're going to start by creating a new sprite. We're going to name it player, and you can make it whatever you want. So I'm just going to make it this square right over here. And then we're going to have to customize a new sprite, and we're going to have to call it level. So here we're going to grab we're going to make a huge rectangle at the bottom right over here. And there you have it. Maybe to make this better, we should put it at 0, 0. Alright. Now we're going to start with the player code. We're going to make a variable. I'm going to call it y velocity. And we're going to make it for the sprite only. Y velocity is basically the speed on the y-axis, and then we're going to make can jump. It's either equal to true or false. So we're going to make this for this sprite only. So we're going to start with the one green flag clicked. Set y velocity to 0, because we're not going to get any speed on the y-axis at the moment. Set can jump to false, because we can't jump when we begin this. And we're going to go to 0, 0. Alright, so when we're in the air like this, that's when we can't jump. So that's why we need can jump. So we're going to put in a forever loop. If key right arrow pressed or key D pressed, so we're going to be WASD friendly, and if key left arrow pressed or key A pressed, this is what we're going to do. We're going to grab change X by. So in the first one we're going to change X by 5, and this is for right arrow, and for the second one is going to be -5 for left arrow. Now we're going to code the jumping part, which is arguably the hardest part in this. So we're going to start with up arrow and space. So if you click on one of those, you're going to be able to jump. So if key up arrow pressed or key space pressed and touching the level, touching the level, then that's when we can jump. So we're going to put if can jump equals true. So we're going to set can jump to true in a little bit. Then we're going to set y velocity to 15. So we're going to go a little bit up in the air. And we're going to set can jump to false, because we can't jump when we're in the air. Now we are going to code gravity. So we're going to say change y velocity by -1 and change y by y velocity. So it's going to change by -1, and here is going to change by 15. Okay, so we fall right through. So we're gonna have to code it so that we stop once we touch the level. So let's say if touching level set y velocity to 0. And we're still slowly falling. So we're going to have to fix that with a repeat until not touching level, because we're obviously sinking into the level, so we're going to have to go back up by change y by 1. There we have it. There, stop. And why can't we jump? Well, that's because we're not actually on the level, and this requires us to be on the level to jump. So let's make it change y by -1 again to get back on the level. And that's going to cause some severe jittering, and we still can't jump. So for that, we're gonna set can jump true. So now we can jump, but we're still having some jittering, and the x-axis movement is really glitchy. So we're going to make a new custom block for this. So we're going to call it leveling, run without screen refresh. And the run without screen refresh is super important because that is going to make it, that's going to make the jittering that happens right over here, not actually, like, we can't see it, so it's going to be invisible. And we're still going to be able to move normally. Now, I'm going to show you that we can actually create like bumps in the level and like stuff that's going to make the level more interesting. I might make a part 2 on this because, as you can see, there is a problem with these bumps in the level. Right over here, you can just literally just teleport. If you like touch right there, you can teleport to the top. And if you, I don't know how to show this to you, but like, if you do some diagonal movement right here, you can basically clip through the corner. So, yeah. Alright, so that's the end of this video. Also, this triangle does the same thing. Kind of just propels you upward. So that's the end of this video. I hope you learned something, and bye.